bariki hafla yetu hii ya leo, lakini Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, kwa ridhaa yako naomba nikitambua uwepo kwa wachache kwa majina: Askofu Joseph Motorela ambaye anatoka CCT, lakini pia Askofu Amos Katoto anatoka makanisa AICT, lakini pia yuko mratibu wa viongozi vya dini ni askofu au ni mchungaji, utaniwia radhi, naomba niatamke yote nisikosee, Timothy Holela. Naomba pia nitambue uwepo wa Askofu Johnson Lugenge ambaye naye yupo hapa, lakini na mwenyekiti wa CPCT mchungaji Maliga John, lakini na Sheikh Mahamud Nkusa ambaye yuko kwa niaba ya Sheikh wa mkoa wa Dodoma. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, kuna machifu pale unawaona, lakini naomba nitambue kwa mwenyekiti wao waliopo ambaye ni Chifu Bilinje Yasin Ali ambaye amesimama kwa niaba ya machifu wengine. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, utambulisho huu ni mrefu sana, lakini ninaomba kwa ridhaa yako nitambue baadhi ya viongozi wengine ambao wako meza kuu, nikitambua uwepo wa Holga Taush ambayo is a deputy head of nations. But also naomba nifahamu uwepo wa Brett ambaye anatoka USAID, ni Director for Democracy, Right and Governance. Lakini pia naomba nitambue uwepo wa WHO Country Representative ambaye naye yupo hapa. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, kwa hatua hii na kwa ajili ya kuokoa muda, naomba niseme kwamba tutaendelea na utambulisho, lakini kwa hatua hii naomba niishie hapa ili ratiba nyingine iweze kuendelea, na wale ambao nitakuwa sikuwataja hapa kwa sasa hivi kwa sababu wanaendelea kuja, basi tunamwomba MC tutakuwa tunampa orodha hii na aendelee kuwatambua. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, kwa heshima na taadhima, naomba niishie hapo. Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Asante sana.
Jamani, tumpige makofi mengi sana kwa utambuzi huo mpana sana. Katibu mkuu, tutakukaribisha hapo baadaye kidogo kwenye kuelezea ramani ya kidijitali ya utambuzi wa NGOs Tanzania. Mheshimiwa, nimeona kama umenisogelea tena. Kuna mtu wa muhimu sana tumemsahau, Mheshimiwa Katibu Mkuu.
Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, nilijisahau mimi mwenyewe. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, mimi naitwa Dr. Seif Shekalage, ni Katibu Mkuu Wizara ya Maendeleo ya Jamii, Jinsia, Wanawake na Makundi Maalum. Asante sana.
Itifaki imezingatiwa. Sasa Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, mwenyekiti wa bodi ya uratibu wa mashirika yasiyo ya kiserikali, nikimkaribisha kikavukavu atanipa makavu. Kwa hiyo nitaomba wakina mama humu ndani ya ukumbi mshirikiane nami kuimba tu mama 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 huyo Bi Mwantuma Hiza, mama mwanasiasa mbobezi, kiongozi mahiri sana.
Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi Dr. Mpango, Makamu wa Rais, Mheshimiwa Dorothy Gwajima, Waziri wa Maendeleo ya Jamii, na waheshimiwa mawaziri wote mliopo, waheshimiwa manaibu mawaziri mliopo, waheshimiwa wabunge mliopo wote, naomba kutambua uwepo wa viongozi wa taasisi mbalimbali za serikali pamoja na kamati ya ulinzi na usalama. Naomba kutambua uwepo wa viongozi ambao wamekuja kuungana nasi. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, naomba kuizingatia itifaki kwa kutambua na kuheshimu uwepo wa wote tuliomo kwenye ukumbi huu. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, awali ya yote naomba nianze kwa kumpa sifa Mwenyezi Mungu kipekee kwa kutuwezesha kukutana hapa kwa mara nyingine, kwani mimi niliteuliwa mwaka jana na nilipata fursa ya jukwaa la kwanza. Kwangu mimi hili leo ni jukwaa la pili. Namshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu sana kwa kuniwezesha kufikia hapa. Aidha, nakushukuru kwa niaba ya bodi ya wajumbe ambao umeridhia mwaliko huu na umekubali kujumuika nasi. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, Nitakuwa muhaba wa fadhila kama sitawashukuru washiriki hawa wa mashirika mbalimbali ambao wameamua kuja hapa katika jukwaa hili ili waweze kukutana nawe na wasikilize maneno yako. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, naomba kabla sijaendelea kusema neno mbele yako, nitoe shukurani zangu kwa wakuu wa mikoa na wakuu wa wilaya wote ambao wamewezesha kusimamia majukwaa katika ngazi ya wilaya na mkoa. Mheshimiwa mkuu wa Dodoma, na kuomba unisaidie kupeleka shukurani hizi. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, nilipoteuliwa mwaka jana na kuhudhuria jukwaa hili, nilijipa ukandarasi wa kuwa mjenzi wa daraja la mahusiano kati ya mashirika yasiyo ya kiserikali na serikali kuu. Nilikuta kuna ombwe la kutokuaminiana kati ya mashirika yasiyo ya kiserikali kwa serikali yao na serikali kwa mashirika yake. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, nimeendelea kuwa mkandarasi, tumefanya mazungumzo mengi, tumekutana na viongozi wengi, na naomba nikuambie mashirika haya ndani ya nchi yanayokaribia 10,000 sasa, manake mpaka mara mwisho yalikuwa 9,645, yanafanya kazi kubwa sana kwenye ngazi ya jamii. Mashirika haya ambayo yamejitolea yanafanya kazi, yanahitaji sana kushikwa mkono, yanahitaji sana maelekezo. Mimi kama mwenyekiti wa bodi ya uratibu, ninalo ombi moja kwako Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, nalo ni kukuomba kwa mamlaka ulionayo uelekeze mamlaka za mikoa na wilaya kufanya kazi kwa karibu sana na mashirika haya, kwa sababu yapo katika milki zao, katika mamlaka zao, na mambo yote wanayoyafanya yanapaswa kuwa wazi na bayana ili tuweze kwenda vizuri. Tunajenga nchi moja, hatupaswi kunyang'anyana fito. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, mimi hapa pamoja na wenzangu tunapokutana tunajadili mambo yenye faida kwa nchi yetu. Nami na kuomba kwa heshima na taadhima nisaidie kupeleka salamu hizi kwenye serikali kuu kwamba tunapaswa kukaa karibu na mashirika haya na tuyape ushirikiano kwa kadiri tunavyoweza ili tupate tija na tupate mafanikio yanayotarajiwa kwa mujibu wa sheria iliyoundwa na bunge letu la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Kwa maneno haya Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, na kushukuru na naomba upokee shukrani zetu na ukaribie kwenye mkutano huu. Asanteni kwa kunisikiliza.
Nasi tunakushukuru sana kwa ujumbe wako. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, waheshimiwa mabibi na wabwana, na sasa tukaribishe jumbe za washirika wetu. Tuanze na ubalozi wa Uswisi. Mheshimiwa Holger Tausch, naibu balozi wa Uswisi nchini Tanzania, tukupigie makofi mengi sana. Karibu tusikie ujumbe wako tafadhali.
Honorable Dr. Philip Isdor MPANGO, Vice President of the United Republic of Tanzania, guest of honor today. Honorable Dr. Dorothy Gwajima, Minister of Community Development, Gender, Women and Special Groups, and Deputy Minister. Dodoma Regional Commissioner, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Community Development, Gender, Women and Special Groups. Chair of the National NGO Coordination Board, Registrar of NGOs, Chairperson of the National Council of NGOs, NAKONGO, representatives, excellencies of fellow bilateral donors, distinguished guests, representatives of NGOs, dear colleagues, partners, and friends. Mabibi na mabwana, habari za asubuhi. It's a great pleasure to join you this morning for this National NGO Forum 2023. As you may know, Ambassador Chassot from the Swiss Embassy was supposed to be here with you today, just like he was here last year. He suffered an injury last Friday, however, and could unfortunately not travel today to Dodoma. He asked me to express his sincere regrets for not being able to attend this NGO Forum again, and to convey his warm greetings and congratulations to all assembled here on this important occasion. This, however, gives me the opportunity to be in Dodoma for the first time since my recent arrival to Tanzania, and I'm very pleased indeed to be here with you today. I congratulate the Office of the NGO Registrar in collaboration with the NAKAMU Council for the renewed commitment to hold this important forum annually. I would like to thank you for inviting Switzerland to speak as a bilateral donor, supporting the NGO sector, and more specifically for my country's role in contributing to the development of the NGO digital mapping system as part of the information management system that will be launched today. Special appreciation goes to, of course, our guest of honor for gracing this important event, a gesture that shows the commitment of the government to a stronger and sustainable NGO sector. And we're likewise grateful to you, Honorable Minister, and all distinguished other guests of government representatives. Your presence is again an important sign of the institutional commitment to further cement the collaboration between the government and the NGOs. Switzerland appreciates that the government under Her Excellency President Samia Suluhu Hassan has endeavored to reopen and increase civic space for NGOs and more generally for civil society organizations to operate and advance their mandates. We also note that citizens feel free to express themselves on different issues of their concern, and we very much hope this positive trend continues despite some very recent developments that were of concern in that regard. As we follow current developments with great attention and interest, we are pleased to see how the government recognizes and values the fact that NGOs can and do play a crucial role in supporting the country's development endeavors. Switzerland strongly believes that NGOs are a very important and needed to complement the efforts of any government in its development plans. NGOs can positively and effectively contribute to combat poverty, raise citizens' awareness on diverse and important development issues, and fight unbecoming societal challenges such as corruption and gender-based violence, to mention only a few. However, this can be achieved only if NGOs can benefit from conducive and stable conditions. This is why Switzerland welcomes the theme of this year's forum: Our NGOs, Our Values, Our Nation. Indeed, only an approach based on the values of integrity, transparency, non-discrimination, equality, and inclusiveness, to only name the most important, private sector and other stakeholders, recognizing the sustainable contribution of NGOs to the national development. Honorable Vice President, Switzerland congratulates the Office of the NGO Registrar in particular and the Ministry of Community Development, Gender, Women and Special Groups as a whole for the development of the web-based NGO digital information system, which you will be launching here today. Switzerland has supported this endeavor with enthusiasm and the full belief that this new tool will place the government and other stakeholders in a better position to easily identify, reach out, and duly support NGOs across the country. As you know, the world's digital evolution is moving forward at a very high pace, and wherever the best option to follow is probably to ride the tide and take advantage of the benefits and opportunities it brings with it. I'm convinced that the ability for me as a development partner and donor to know from the comfort of my office which NGOs are working, for example, on governance, let's say in Kigoma, your region, Mr. Vice President, and their level of funding is a big milestone. I believe it will galvanize the entire NGO sector in Tanzania and possibly inspire neighboring countries to adopt a similar system. But also, I very much hope that this new tool will be used by other government departments, such as the Ministry of Finance, in planning and reporting on funds invested in the NGO sector to further enhance governance appreciation of NGOs in the national development. Switzerland is proud to have supported this venture through a fruitful and tireless collaboration with the NGO Registrar, who we congratulate for bringing this new system this far. Dear participants, I believe that this information system comes right on time, exactly 1 year after the introduction of the National Strategy for NGOs Sustainability that was officially launched here in 2022. Those who were present might recall the moment. It is hence our hope that as we take stock today of the first year of this strategy, we will also appreciate this new milestone, among others, and forge ways to put to the best use to further enhance the sustainability of NGOs in Tanzania. In that regard, allow me to state very clearly that Switzerland supported this project as a way to enhance monitoring, transparency, coordination, and efficiency for the NGO sector and their relation with all relevant sectors. We certainly do not see it as a means of control and pressure on those NGOs that might be perceived as unfavorable or disruptive. It is indeed our expectation, and it's of utmost importance, that the civil society organizations will continue to be in a position to freely carry out their activities and comply with their mandate, which include advising and sometimes holding the authorities to account. Otherwise, we feel that it would not only defeat the purpose of this new system, but also, and more importantly, prevent the country to fully benefit from the invaluable and indispensable contributions from the NGO sector. Allow me to also say that for this system to really work, it will be equally crucial for NGOs to submit credible and transparent reports in a timely manner, and that the government enters the NGOs' data equally timely to ensure availability of up-to-date information that can serve as an effective and useful source of data. In addition, it goes without saying that the wide dissemination of this new system among all relevant stakeholders will be key to ensure its success and efficient use. We all need to take ownership of this new tool. Honorable Vice President, dear participants, now that through this digital system, the value and contribution of NGOs will be better established, the next steps could then be to revisit the NGO policy and the NGO law so that they can go hand in hand with this new important development. We hope that these review processes can start soon, and we pledge our renewed support for the same to the extent possible. With this, let me conclude by congratulating once again the organizers for this very successful and fruitful annual meeting. We look forward to the agreed steps and actions resulting from this forum to best support the NGO sector in particular and Tanzania's development in general. Asanteni sana.
Asante, Naibu Balozi wa Uswisi. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, mabibi na bwana, naomba tumpigie makofi kaimu balozi wa Umoja wa Ulaya, Mheshimiwa Emilio Rossetti. Karibu.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Honorable Minister Gwajima, and other ministers present, Resident Commissioner, Regional Commissioner, Permanent Secretaries, the registrars of NGO, distinguished guests, Mabibi na Babwana, habari za asubuhi. I am honored to be part of this important event of the annual NGO Forum 2023 on behalf of the European Union. It's an important occasion, providing a platform for dialogue, sharing of experiences and best practices, strategizing and deliberating on challenges facing the NGO sector in Tanzania. The EU is fully appreciating the work done under the six-phase government of President Samia Suluhu Hassan for generating a progressively more conducive environment, encouraging dialogue between stakeholders, and promoting meaningful participation of civil society in policy processes. We hope this will be further pursued in yet more sectors and covering yet more issues on the national agenda. This transpired already yesterday here at the forum with a session on climate change. They want also to mention the forum on internet freedom held last week in Dar es Salaam and graced by the ICT ministers of Tanzania and Uganda. Your presence here, Your Excellency Vice President, is the confirmation of political will and leadership that can lead to further enhancement of space for consultation and advocacy, space for interaction and participations, as well as the further improvement of operating rules and legal frameworks. I do realize, however, that a question may rise. What is the role, what is the place of the EU in this Tanzanian dynamic? Yesterday morning, I was attending an event where a cabinet minister spelled out the issue very clearly in relation to activities that are supported by development partners with NGOs aiming at preventing violent extremism. The audience was reminded that external actors have their own interests, national interest, their own corporate interest, and even individual interest. Yes, the issue of external support to the working of NGOs is getting politically loaded, and not only in Africa, but allow me to go briefly back to the fundamentals. I like to call the sphere of action of NGOs as the third sector. Third, because it's defined by what is not. It is not private enterprise. It is not state institutions. NGOs are often called to fill gaps that market failures prevent private enterprises to provide answers to. And they also fill gaps that governance failures prevent state institutions to provide answers to. In these globally complex times, we can also ask ourselves, not only here in Tanzania, but in the EU as well and globally, whether this third sector is not also called to fill gaps that democratic failures prevent political systems to provide answers to. And that is the advocacy role that civil society plays, often among controversy. But again, the question was, why is the EU here to support NGOs in Tanzania? I replied to in the margins yesterday to the Honorable Minister, saying, let's take your interest-based viewpoint, no problem, but let us work together at the intersection of the respective interests. That is where we can find mutual gain. There is a space where the state and development partners can agree on the space where strengthening of a Tanzanian NGO can lead to a more resilient society, one of the 4 R's President Samia launched, where some protection is erected against inevitable market failures and against inevitable governance failures. To conclude, a few facts and figures. The EU-Tanzania Civil Society Roadmap is investing 25 billion to support to NGOs between 2021 and 2024 in 3 areas of operational environment, promoting dialogues and networking, and institutional capacity. We launched a phase 1 call for proposal in 2022, and we expect to launch a second phase call of proposals by the end of 2023. So once again, hongera sana to NGOs of Tanzania here convened for the 2 days of deliberation with the promise of good collaboration from the European Union. Asanteni sana.
Asante Mheshimiwa Emilio, na kusikia unazungumza Kiswahili vizuri sana. Endelea kujitahidi utoe hotuba zako na maelezo kwa Kiswahili. Kidogo lakini una matamshi mazuri sana. Tumpige makofi tafadhali. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi Dr. Charles Sagoe Moses ni mwakilishi wa WHO. Ni furaha yangu kubwa sana sasa kumkaribisha kwa salamu zake. Mabibi na bwana, makofi kwake. Anatokea Shirika la Afya Duniani. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Philip MPANGO, the Honorable Minister of Community Development, Gender, Women and Special Group, Dr. Dorothy Gwajima, Deputy Ministers and Regional Commissioner the permanent secretary of the ministry, other distinguished invited guests who are gathered here, please allow me to stand by the protocol that is already established. Thank you. Okay. Please allow me to stand by the protocol already established by saying Habari za asubuhi. I'm indeed honored to be here to represent my organization, the World Health Organization, and indeed the entire UN community on this very important occasion. I would like to first of all thank the ministry for inviting me to participate in the launching of the digital NGO mapping platform. Your Excellency, the Vice President, I take this opportunity to congratulate the government of Tanzania and the leadership of the ministry for ensuring that Tanzania is among the few countries in the WHO African region that have a functional digital mapping platform for NGOs. This indeed is a significant milestone that will undoubtedly catalyze and foster strategic partnership and collaboration with key stakeholders with an aim to achieve the SDGs. Indeed, the value of social society and economic development in achieving health for all cannot be overstated. These organizations have a strong footprint in the community that we serve and a holistic understanding of our people at the grassroots level. They have practical experience, are well positioned to reach the mixed communities, how to reach areas, and to generate demand for health services. This initiative, therefore, presents a unique opportunity to identify and bring together organizations across a wide range of sectors and disciplines who have an interest and a responsibility to reach and serve their communities. By the click of a button, this platform will enable us to profile organizations by physical location, scope, thematic areas, capacity, and priorities. Furthermore, it gives us capacity to assess the current status of civil society action in the country, including the challenges, the gaps, the capacity needs, and opportunities. Your Excellency, this year marks the 75th anniversary of the World Health Organization, and it serves as a stark reminder of our goals to ensure that everyone everywhere can attain the highest level of care and well-being. This year, we look back at public health successes that have improved the quality of life over the past 7 decades. Of these, partnership has indeed been a major pillar of the WHO's transformation to help the world achieve health for all. Over the past 3 years, Tanzania, together with the rest of the world, experienced one of the greatest outbreaks in history. This, along with many others, has taught us that we cannot win without involving our communities. Strong community participation is therefore a key step in controlling the spread of diseases and achieving health security. Therefore, strengthening our work with civil society has been a key priority for us in the WHO. Your Excellency, as a testament to the commitment to engage and collaborate with civil society, the WHO Civil Society Commission was launched on the 24th of August of this year, with a view of strengthening the dialogue and fostering collaboration with civil society at all levels. We believe in so doing, we would listen to the voices of the people and the communities that we serve and accelerate the attainment of health for all and health-related SDGs. We are therefore grateful to have been part of this initiative right from the onset that would optimize the civil society landscape and enable effective engagement with relevant stakeholders, all with the ultimate aim of improving the lives of Tanzanians. Your Excellency, I would like to assure you that WHO and the entire UN stand committed to continue the support to the government by committing both human and financial resources necessary to optimize civil society engagement so that we can all achieve health for all. On this note, I thank you. Asante sana.
Nasi tunakushukuru sana. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, tumepata bahati kubwa sana ya kuwa na mwenzetu mkurugenzi mtendaji bodi ya uratibu wa mashirika yasiyo ya kiserikali nchini Uganda, ndugu Stephen Okello miongoni mwetu. Ametusikiliza, nasi tumemsikiliza, tumeelimishana na kuelewana, na tunampa nafasi sasa ya kutoa salamu zake. Naomba tumpigie makofi mengi sana mwenzetu Stephen Okello. Karibu sana katika jukwaa hili, jumuika nami